Long before the world knew him as a martial arts icon, Bruce Lee was a child star. Raised in Hong Kong, he was the son of a famous Cantonese opera star, Lee Hoi Chun. He followed his father into acting, appearing in his first film as an infant. As a child, he was known for his energetic, slightly rebellious roles. His first major child acting role was in The Kid, 1950, where at just 10 years old, his natural charisma was already evident. He would appear in about 20 Hong Kong films as a young, including The Orphan, 1960, his last film as a teen before he left for America. Despite his finest film work, Lee was a restless youth who often got into street fights. This led his parents to seek constructive outlets for his energy. At 13, he began training Wing Chun under the legendary Grandmaster Ip Man. This training laid the foundation for his lifelong obsession with martial arts, but his inquisitive mind soon found even the reverse style of Wing Chun to be too restrictive. At 18, his parents sent him back to the United States to claim his US citizenship and find a safer path. He landed in Seattle, where he finished high school, studied philosophy at the University of Washington, and began teaching his own modified of Jung Fan Kung Fu, Bruce Lee's Kung Fu. Lee's first break in American entertainment was his yearly US role as Kato in the 1966 TV series The Green Hornet. While the show was short-lived, Lee's performance was electrifying. He moved with a speed and ferocity never before seen on American television. However, this period was also one of immense frustration. He was relegated to a sidekick role and found Hollywood resistant to casting an Asian man as a lead. This frustration, combined with his deep philosophical studies, fueled the creation of his own martial arts philosophy, Jeet Kune Do, JKD, or the way of the intercepting fist. JKD was not a new style, but an anti-style. Its core principle was using no way as a way, having no limitation as a limitation. Lee believed traditional martial arts were too rigid. He advocated for a practical, efficient, and fluid approach, famously advising his students to be water, my friend, to adapt to any opponent or situation. Tired of being rejected by Hollywood, Bruce Lee returned to Hong Kong in 1971. He signed a 2-film deal with producer Raymond Chow's new studio, Golden Harvest. This decision would change cinema forever. The Big Boss, 1971. His first leading adult role. The film was a raw, gritty revenge story. When it premiered in Hong Kong, it shattered all box office records. Bruce Lee was an instant massive superstar. Fist of Fury, 1972. His second film, which was an even bigger success. Lee played a student avenging his master's death at the hands of Japanese occupiers. The film was a powerful statement of Chinese nationalism and cemented his status as a cultural hero. Way of the Dragon, 1972. For his third film, Lee took complete control as writer, director, and star. He filmed the climax in the Colosseum in Rome, featuring a legendary duel with a young karate champion named Chuck Norris. In just over a year, Bruce Lee had become the biggest movie star in Asia, and Hollywood finally came calling. Lee's masterpiece was the 1973 film Enter the Dragon. It was the first ever co-production between a Hong Kong studio and a major Hollywood studio, Warner Bros. This was the film destined to make him a global icon. Tragically, he would not live to see its release. On July 20, 1973, in Hong Kong, Bruce Lee was at the apartment of actress Betty Ting Pei, discussing the script for his next film, Game of Death. He complained of a headache, and Ting Pei gave him a common painkiller called Aquagesic, a combination of aspirin and a tranquilizer. Lee went to lie down for a nap. He never woke up. Bruce Lee was pronounced dead at the hospital at the age of 32. The city of Hong Kong and soon the world was thrown into shock. The official cause of death was ruled as cerebral edema, a severe swelling of the brain. The coroner's report declared his death by misadventure, concluding that the edema was caused by a rare, hypersensitive allergic reaction to an ingredient in the aquagesic. Despite the official ruling, his sudden death at such a young age has led to decades of speculation and conspiracy theories, though the allergic reaction remains the only officially recognized cause. Enter the Dragon was released 6 days after his funeral. It was a monumental success, cementing his legacy as a one-of-a-kind icon who had broken the ultimate barrier, only to be taken on his moment of triumph.